Welcome back to the Fourth Quarter Faith Podcast, where football meets conviction. I am Jay Galagna here with my co-host Jesse Shalalo. Before we start, hit that like and subscribe button. Please do it. Please, please, please. And the notification bell so you know when all of our videos drop. Comment faith once you are subscribed down in the comments so we know you are subscribed, so we can show you some love, of course, because we want to show you love. But as always, before we start, Jesus loves you. How are you doing, Jesse, on this wonderful, beautiful, rainy Wednesday?
Oh man, I'm still cautiously optimistic after the draft. I'm not gonna lie. I think. Well, yeah, I'm good. I am just processing everything that happened this past week. And now that the picture is clearly in view, I can see what the Steelers are trying to accomplish with the draft. Obviously, um,
I
I
did
don't
laugh.
know.
I did laugh at the Drew
The Drew
Aller
Allard
pick.
pick because I called it, which was hilarious
I
that I called
literally
it.
said to Katrina, I'm like,
Wow.
Jesse's the last mock we did, Jesse
I called it.
picks Drew Aller.
Yeah. Don't ever say I
Third
don't know.
round.
Don't ever say I don't know. No, I'm kidding. It was a third round pick. I wouldn't know. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it, obviously. And I had one thing that I wanted to talk about before we started because the Steelers did something that I am very confused about, and I want to hear your thoughts about it, which you probably already know because I know you're tapped in like that. Um, so I'll tell you the news first. So the Steelers placed a rare right of first refusal tender on veteran QB Aaron Rodgers. Now, I did not know what this means, obviously, so I had to go look it up. And so basically, this is not what all of it says. This is what Schefter said, but it's saying that this tender preserves the Steelers' rights to receive a compensatory draft pick in the event that Rodgers signs with another team, while limiting his ability to sign with another team once training camp begins. So it's basically just kind of a way for us to keep him on the team so that he can like basically can't like get a good deal somewhere else. It was so weird because it was like at this point like Rodgers still hasn't made the decision. So we're not fully sure if he's going to be a Steeler come September. And like they draft Drew Allard, third round. You have Will Howard, who just went off on the record and said that he's ready to be the QB1 if that's what the Steelers want to do. And then you do this. So I'm guessing this is just kind of like their backup plan, like in case something happens, I guess, with the Aaron Rodgers stuff. But um honest to goodness, I don't know why he's looking for another team because at this point there's no team he really can sign with because all the teams I feel like are comfortable with their quarterback at this point. Maybe the Jets, but the Jets just don't want to deal with that right now. And plus, it just got Geno Smith, so like, what's the point? So it's weird. I don't know what they're trying to do with this. Just to like make sure he stays a Steeler, but I'm on the Will Howard train. I'm ready to see what he can do. I just want to see him play football for us and see how he does, especially with with everybody we acquired in the offseason and the draft. Like I feel very confident in our offense this year. But I don't know if you had any comments about that because this was like the first time I've ever seen a right of first refusal tender. I've never seen that happen in the NFL before. So,
I mean, it is rare apparently,
eh,
but to be honest, I didn't know that was a tender. I never heard of it, but I don't know. I just think it's like the Steelers not knowing exactly what direction they want to go yet at quarterback. If they want to give it off to a second year guy, obviously Drew Aller's going to be he's going to have to develop. And I think that's what they want to do before they would throw him out there. And I don't know. I think them doing that is showing, or them trying to show Rodgers that they want him back if he wants to come back. But it's Aaron Rodgers, so you're gonna have to wait. And if the Steelers are willing to wait on Aaron Rodgers, then that's what they want to do. I guess their backup plan is Will Howard if Rodgers doesn't come back this year. So in my opinion, I think
It's
Will
weird. It's
Howard
just so weird.
I think Will Howard could possibly be the future quarterback at minimum, but it could be as early as this year. But it's just to sum it all up, it's just a waiting game, and they threw this out there so that, in my assumption, in reading into it, so Rodgers knows that he's wanted in Pittsburgh again, and
Is he though?
maybe to entice him a little more to come back. Because I saw he would get like
Like a 10% raise or
I think
something
it
like
was like
that.
a
Yeah.
raise, and it would be like 15 million for next year.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was 10% raise, so you get 15 million off for next year. So yeah.
So it is kind of weird because I it's kind of a strange tender to just toss on a
Also, brother's
42-year-old
42.
quarterback.
He's pushing 42.
So I
Like
don't know.
I enjoyed last year. Last year was a fun story to talk about. Oh my gosh, Aaron Rodgers, after a bad year he had with the Jets, took the Steelers to the playoffs. Was it controversial? Yes, I'm not gonna deny it was controversial, but he
Mm,
still took them to the playoffs. And like now, I don't know. I want to see these younger guys play. I want to see them develop, and the only way they're gonna play and develop is if they put them out on the football field. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about Rodgers and what that means for the Steelers moving forward. But I don't know about you, and I know we're about to just start recapping the draft. That first round was sketchy. Very, very, very sketchy.
what do you mean?
At least after the second pick, like it was kind of like the Cardinals could have gone anywhere, and then they made their pick, and then it just kind of cycled down from there. I definitely think
You
we
mean
were
like
wrong about
shocking
the
picks?
lineman getting picked up. The lineman getting picked up earlier than we thought. I think they all went specifically with um skill positions, which we were like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But um
I mean, I was surprised about Tate going 4. I was not expecting that.
yeah,
I did not think the Titans were gonna pick a wide receiver. I thought
well,
they
that's what
were
I'm
gonna
saying.
pick Love
That's what I was saying with the
if he was
Cardinals, but
there.
The Cardinals just said, nah, they're gonna take Jeremiah Love, and it kind of
If he was
screwed
there.
everybody else over.
But
Yeah, if he was still
after
there.
Love was
Yeah.
picked by the Cardinals, I'm like, they're probably gonna go defense.
Yeah, and then they went receiver.
Because
And it was like,
I think
okay.
like Arvell Reese was still there. Delane was still there. Bain was still there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys. Sonny Styles was still there. I thought they were gonna go Styles. But
Nope.
I mean, the sketchiest part was the and I was like, I didn't know this at first, and then I found it out like later that the Steelers had Lemon on the phone, and then the
Golly.
Eagles traded
Dude, that's
to
all
that
I've been hearing all
or
weekend.
traded
I'm
ahead of them,
sick.
and then
I'm sick.
he was on the phone and was like, "Why is Philly calling me?"
This has been my entire weekend. Like my entire weekend, I've had Eagle fans come up to me and be like, "So how you feel about the Makai Lemon pick?" And that's all they said. That's
I'm
all they
sorry.
said, and I'm just like, "Please
Okay,
stop it. Please stop
in
it. Please
fairness,
stop."
you guys got the pick that you needed more than Makai Lemon,
And
in
also,
my
to be granted, who
opinion.
thought Makai Lemon would go to 21?
I thought he was going to go
I didn't think he was
13.
going to drop that far, let alone 20. I was like, what are we doing? So, but shout out to the Steelers, man. I mean, not the Steelers. Shout out to the Eagles, man. I mean, Howie Roseman's just he's good at his job. There's nothing
He
more I can say. Howie Roseman he's
he
just good
saw the guy that he wanted and was
and went
like,
for
we're
it.
not gonna get him. We're not gonna get him if we sit. So we have
Exactly.
to trade up. Like he saw it
Like
coming. So
you have to be another type of dude to trade with your division rival to go get a receiver. Like you got to be different. They
well,
got to be different. The
I
count.
mean, you gotta
Hey,
the guy you're going to get.
oy, oy,
You
oy, oy,
gotta
oy, oy.
that's got to be a guy that or like your guy
Oy, oy, oy,
for
oy,
you
oy.
to do that because you don't typically see in division trades even in the draft.
Mhm.
But what was I gonna say? Um, crap, I forgot.
That
Oh,
wasn't even the most surprising one. Let's
Ty
be honest.
Simpson.
That's the surprising one. That was so dumb by the
I'm
Rams.
like,
You could have done so much more. You could have done
I'm
so much
sorry,
more.
but
You
in
could
my
have done so
opinion, I
much
think the
more.
Rams had one of the worst drafts
Oh.
in the whole league.
And the funny thing was, bro, I don't even think Sean McVay wanted Ty Simpson.
Well, I
Post
saw him
draft
talk.
interviews, he's been saying that he's like, "What? What are we doing?" It's
I
like,
saw him talk about it, and he seemed like he really likes Ty Simpson. I don't know if it was necessarily his first choice. Maybe it was like the rest of the front office really wanted him,
is it like
and
you have
he
other
wanted
needs?
him, but not as much at 13. But I don't know. They took him, so
Yeah, I don't know.
they
But anyway,
passed on Lemon. They passed on Bain. They passed on a ton of dudes,
mhm.
which in my opinion, I think it's a mistake. If you could have gotten Ty Simpson in later in the draft,
Mhm.
like probably, I think he probably would have lasted to the second. Maybe the Cardinals trade back in and get him if he's still there.
I mean, you can't say anything. You guys had Ruben Bain sitting right there, and you took Ione. So,
Well, we took the correct pick.
but that was the pick you wanted.
We got Zion Young. I'm perfectly happy with
I'm not
how that
disagreeing with
happened.
that. But you were like, if Ruben Bain's there, this Ravens will take him. You've been saying that for like the past
Well,
3 weeks.
I said
I'm
if
just
Ruben Bain is there, he's the only dude that I would have taken over Vega. Like without a doubt. Like without hesitation, he's the only dude I would have done that. But the Ravens made the correct pick. They made the smart pick. They didn't their chain I think this year was much more of a coach much more of a collaborative effort when it comes to the draft and not just like EDC and John Harbaugh like in the past. It was
mhm,
normally like their draft, and now I think it's more of the whole coaching staff really had a say in this along with EDC. Even the owner even made a pick. I don't know if you saw that.
did not see that.
The running back they picked in the 5th round was Steve Bisciotti's pick that they promised
Interesting.
him.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think it's the draft strategy for the Ravens, I think changed. And that's why in the past they would have taken Bain just because he was there.
Hmm.
But they made the right one, the smart one, and the correct pick
I don't
with
disagree. I
Vega.
think Ione was a great pick for your O line, especially after all you've lost. But it's just
Or the
funny
dude
because
a
you were saying that
dog.
about Bain, and Bain was just sitting there at 14. You were like, okay, take him.
I know.
And then the Bucks took him instead. So I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
I was surprised they didn't take him, but I'm kind of
Yeah.
glad they didn't. So
But anyway, let's get to this
let's get
recap
into the
stuff.
first.
Since we're
Let's get into
talking about this,
let's get into draft recap.
there it is.
So with this, we're gonna go through. We're gonna do something called the faith scale, and we're gonna go through our picks
Okay.
of our teams. We're gonna go on a scale of 1 to 10 of how much faith you have that they will be a contributor to your team this year.
Okay.
So 1 is obviously not a contributor, and possibly cut or practice squad guy, and 10 being they're going to have a significant role and a significant impact on the team this year. So, do you want to go? You can go through your team first. How many picks do you guys have? You have less picks, right? Ravens had 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Or
10.
no, you had 10.
10.
1,
10 that we picked.
2,
I see
3.
10 players that we picked.
Okay. Okay, we both had 10. Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
All right. We can go with you. So your first round pick was Max Ehenachor from Arizona
That's
State.
gonna be so hard to say. Golly, Ehenachor.
Offensive tackle.
From
So
Arizona State.
on the faith scale of 1 to 10, where would you put Max Ehenachor?
I say he's a 9. I definitely think he's going to be an impact guy, especially on the offensive line. Losing Isaac Samalo and not knowing what we're going to do about Broderick Jones. I think the right side solidified. I think we're good with Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, and Troy Fatano. I feel like those 3 guys are really good. It's just that left side that has to be figured out. And I think Max is going to be a solid foundation for that offensive line. Yeah, I think the Steelers were the Mekhi Lemon thing kind of. I think this was always the plan. Mekhi Lemon was just kind of there at 21, and so it was kind of just like probably should take him if he's sitting at 21. But I feel like this was always the pick that we're going to go with, and so I feel like this was where the Steelers were heading, which was the right pick. I mean, every mock draft we've done has the realistic pick was an offensive lineman because we needed that for Will Howard, Aaron Rodgers / Drew Allar, whoever the heck is going to be the quarterback. We needed a good offensive line behind him, so I think a 9's a good number for him, and I think he'll be a very much impact guy on day 1.
All right, with your second pick, you have your picks up, so you can say the names.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go through all of them.
Yeah, unless you want to go back.
Okay, fire. No. I just okay, cool. Bet. So Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver from Alabama, was our second round pick. I think it's 10. I think he's gonna be wide receiver 3. I was very excited to see that we got this guy.
You were.
I was very happy knowing that we needed, and also he's one of the bigger receivers we have. I think him, like the wide receivers we have now, like built wise, are just insane.
You got some big wide receivers.
So I'm excited to see what Bernard looks like in our offense. I think he'll definitely be an impact guy off the gate. So I think a 10's a perfect number for him. Drew Allard from Penn State, quarterback. This is a very tricky one because it really depends on what the QB situation looks like. I think there definitely will be a QB battle for who's going to be QB1 and QB2 for sure. And I'm going to put Drew Allard probably at like a 3 right now, only because I don't know if a lot of people were talking about how even Ben Roethlisberger came out and said like he has a good arm, he has very good pocket presence, but like other than that, there wasn't really anything that screamed Steeler football. So I think he really have to go out there and prove himself if he wants that starting QB position. I definitely think this year he'll be sitting back, learning from the guys that were ahead of him, like Will Howard, like Aaron Rodgers, like Mason Rudolph, whoever the case may be. I don't expect him to have any minutes on the field, but anything can happen. We've seen crazier things happen in the NFL. Another third round pick, Daly Everett, corner from Georgia. I'd say this is a solid 7. I think it's good to get depth at the corner position, knowing that we already have JPJ and Jamel Dean. I feel like we were pretty solid on corners, at least the top two. But I think definitely Everett is a good depth piece, and I could definitely see him making some noise in the cornerback position for the Steelers moving forward.
He's probably going to play special teams at
Yeah,
least.
at least. But I could see him getting some slot QB or slot corner spots if need be. Um, Now Jennings Dunker, guard from I did not think we were actually gonna get Dunker. That was the one I was like, that's hilarious that we got him because he literally dude with the mullet, he's gonna be a Steeler 100%.
I thought though, I was like, I
It's
didn't even
hilarious.
because I think I fell asleep at some point
Oh,
on
I
the
agree.
second day,
Yeah.
and I didn't even see that. I didn't even see you guys pick him.
Dude, it was hilarious getting
And then
him.
I was going through teams' drafts, and I'm like, they actually got Dunker.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Good pick. I like
Dude,
it.
I'm excited for him. I think he's gonna be a great guard. I think I'm gonna put him at an 8 for the face scale. I think he's gonna be someone that we'll see. I definitely think that's our Samalo replacement for sure. Hopefully if he does well in training camp and everything. But I think he's a guy that like if you put him out there, he's gonna make a heck of a difference for that offensive line. I feel like if it's those two on the left and McCormick and Troy Fatano on the right with Zach Frazier at center, I feel like we have a great offensive line moving forward for the next few years, whoever the QB may be. Caden Westgen, wide receiver slash kick returner from Iowa, saw his highlights. Dude is a very fast guy. So I'm excited to see
Great
how we
returner.
use him. Yeah, great returner. So I can't
He's
wait to see how
he's
we
gonna
use
be
him
your
in our
kick
offense.
returner.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Let's just say that he's gonna be at least your kick returner.
And for that, I'll put him at a 10 because I think that could change a
might
lot
do
of games.
both. You might do punt and kickoff.
Yeah.
At least,
but yeah,
punt.
I think depending on where we use him, I think I'll put him at a 10. I think he'll have a very much good impact if he gets out on the football field. Now 5 and 6, I'll just lump these two together. Riley Nowakowski from Indiana and Gabe Rubio from Notre Dame. I put them in a solid 4. I think they're just depth pieces, if anything. I don't see them making a lot of noise in the roster for the Steelers. I think they'll definitely be good pieces. I see them as nothing more than maybe like the third positional roles on their team. But I don't see them going farther than that. Robert Spears Jennings, safety from Oklahoma. I put this at a 5. I think he's somebody that people definitely is going to undervalue his stuff, but I was reading the Steeler Wire and a lot of good stuff was said about this guy. I think he's someone that is going to be very underrated in the lineup moving forward. And I'm excited to see what he does. And then finally, Eli Heidenreich, running back / wide receiver from Navy. Is not really much I can say about Eli. Honestly, I feel like it's just more depth pieces at this point, especially with the whatever running back / wide receiver room that we have. I feel like we're pretty good on those
like
picks.
A gadget guy.
So, yeah, I feel like he could be like what's that Saints QB's name that I'm forgetting right now? Wait.
Taysom Hill.
Yes. Definitely feels like a Taysom Hill type dude. So I'd probably put him at like a 2, but I don't see him moving very far up the roster. Oh no, for sure. I just don't see him moving up the roster as much.
Apparently, he has very similar numbers to what McCaffrey did when it comes to like combine numbers.
Then that sounds really good. I'm excited to see it. Yeah,
I don't know if that means anything, but
I mean, for
similar numbers. So
for around 7, for getting that around 7, I think that's good. That's good. Very good value from them. So,
all right,
there you go. That's mine.
All right, now to the better team. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But
who didn't go to the playoffs? They did.
Well, we both might as well have just stayed home. So
Whatever. I still made it.
Uh,
You didn't.
at 1, obviously the Ravens drafted Vega Ione from Penn State. I think it's a 10. I think he'll be the starting right guard. I think John Simpson will be the left guard. Um, Again, like I said earlier, it was the best pick that the Ravens could have had in the first round. It was the smart and correct one. The dude he's built to play AFC North football. He's built for the Ravens O line. He's a mauler. Uh he's pretty athletic, I would say. Like he played left guard at Penn State, so like he'll have to like learn just flipping to the other side of the line, but I think he'll pick that up no problem with more and more reps at right guard. But the dude's a physical mauler, and that's what I want on the offensive line, especially from a guard. So he just fits perfectly into what the Ravens, who they are and what they're about. So it's a 10 because he's going to be a starter. Excuse me. So with the second round pick, goodness, the Ravens selected outside linebacker Zion Young, which I was shocked that he was there because a lot of mocks had him going first round. So the Ravens had him as their top 25 player for them. So the fact that they got him they were going to trade up to get him, but the fact that they just stayed put and still got him, he's going to be like a 9 or 10. I think he'll be a rotational guy just for the fact that they can keep they can give everyone else a little more rest because their depth at edge rusher is pretty good now. They got Trey, they got Mike Green, they got Tavius, they got Zion. So I'm very happy about this pick. This dude is a crash out, and I love it. Like in the best possible way, though. Not like George Pickens, where he just stops playing.
It always comes back to roasting me, but okay,
That's
a thing.
exactly what you were thinking. But
I didn't bring up your team when I talked about a crash out.
well, he's not on your team anymore. He's a Cowboy.
He was.
So he's not there anymore.
Let's
so we
move
can
on.
both make fun of him.
Let's move on. Please.
But Zion Young is going to be a 9 or 10. This dude's going to make a big impact on this team, especially in the run game. I think he'll develop more and more as a pass rusher. He has the ability now. He has enough bend. He has speed. He has power. But he can obviously develop some more pass rush moves. But he's going to be a physical freak on that defensive line, and he's going to make a big impact. With the 80th pick, third pick overall for the Ravens, they selected Jacoby Lane, wide receiver from USC. This is I think this might be, besides Vega,
your best pick.
the one that I'm personally most excited about.
Yeah, because now you can say goodbye to Rashad Bateman. See ya.
No, he's staying. He's not going anywhere. I'm just telling you, he's not leaving. Like, they're not doing anything with him. Because they're gonna give him a chance in this new offense. Like, this offense is more of his style of offense. Not to get off topic, but he's more of a timing route running guy. And that's what this offense is more than Todd Monken's offense. But back to Jacoby Lane. I think this dude, it's gonna. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say a 7. I think he's gonna be a serious weapon from inside the 20s. I think he's gonna be a huge jump ball. He makes crazy circus catches. He's gonna be the 50-50 guy. He's a big body. He's 6'5". He can definitely develop more on his route running and improve on that to get a little more separation. But right now, he's good enough to get. I think with his length, I think the route running is going to develop. But as it is now, I think he's more than capable of making a big impact on this team. And Lamar's never had a guy like this. So that's really why I'm that excited. And if you've watched his tape, the guy he's insane. So, and he runs a 4.4 at 6'5", so I'm very happy about him. I think he's a very underrated pick for the Ravens, even though it's their third overall pick. A lot of people thought it was a little bit of a reach. I'm like, okay, if it's a guy that you love, go get him. In my opinion, overreaching and overdrafting, not really that much of a thing anymore. With the next pick, the Ravens double dipped at wide receiver and got Elijah Surratt at 115, which I was surprised. I did not think that Surratt was going to be there. And this dude is, in my opinion, the possession, like he's the possession receiver. He's a physical receiver. He's a pretty big receiver. He's like, I think he's 6'2", like 220. So I think he's going to be like Anquan Bolden was, like that type of receiver, which I've wanted a receiver like Bolden again since he left or since they traded him. But I think Surratt's going to be, I'll say a 7 too. I think both of them are going to make it. Lane and Surratt are going to make a big impact on this team. It's going to be different just because they're different receivers. Like Surratt's going to be more of a possession receiver. He's going to be a lot of back shoulders. And he's going to be productive. The dude he led all of receivers in the nation last year with touchdowns. So the dude produces everywhere he goes. And he's a physical receiver that can get. His nickname's Waffle House because he's always open, which I thought was funny.
That's hilarious.
So I love Surratt. I think he's going to be a big impact too. Next pick, they took tight end Matthew Hibner at 133. They traded up to get him. I like him. I think he's obviously the room was pretty bare with Likely and Kohler leaving. I think he's a good receiving back. So with Hibner, he's a good receiving tight end. And I think that's something that we were missing with Likely leaving. And the dude has some speed. He's not as like elusive. Like he has some wiggle to him, but not like to the level of Likely. That's what kind of made him special. So I think he was a very productive tight end at SMU, but it was just something the Ravens were missing in the tight end room, and he gets to learn under Mark Andrews. I think he's gonna be that receiving tight end once Mark leaves, and I think this might be Mark's last year, possibly as a Raven.
Possibly.
So getting him and adding to that room was very important because they needed at least depth at that position for this year. But I would say he's probably, I don't know if I said a grade. I think I said, or no, I didn't for Hibner. I would say like a 5 or 6. I think he'll be featured in this offense because Declan Doyle does like to use a lot of 2 tight ends. But obviously Mark's going to be the 1 this year, but I think he'll be the 2. But yeah, I love Hibner. I think he's going to be uh a key contributor on this team just cuz he's going to be the second tight end, and like I said, they like to use 2 tight ends a lot. With the next pick, the Ravens got Chandler Rivers, cornerback from Duke, at 162. This dude, I think this dude might give Marlon Humphrey a run for his money to be the starter at the nickel corner position. Cause this dude he's only 5'9", but this dude plays like he plays with like the mentality that he's like Cam Chancellor or something. Like he's just he's bigger than what he actually is. Which kind of reminds me of our Darius Washington.
Dang, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
What? He was on the
Said
Ravens.
I haven't heard. We haven't talked about. We don't talk about him.
He went to the Giants.
Exactly. I haven't heard his name. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah,
Another Raven to the Giants. Who saw that
I think
coming?
he'll be on its 1 to 10. I'll give him a. I'll give him a 6. I think he's gonna play some slot corner, or excuse me,
slot corner,
some nickel slot corner. But don't be surprised if he gives Marlon Humphrey a run for his money, and then you end up, if he starts playing well when he gets the opportunities, and let's say Marlon is not bouncing back the way that we want, don't be surprised if Chandler Rivers takes over that spot and Humphrey's the second or the backup to him. But the dude's a physical, instinctual player.
Instinctual, that's the word.
Cornerback, and I just love how he plays. If you watch his film, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The dude just plays like it's his last football game every football game. So that's the type of dude I want on our defense, and he's a bigger hitter than you'd think for his size, which I love. Physical. It's what I'm about when it comes to the Ravens, or what I want for the Ravens. With pick 173, the Ravens took tight end Josh Cuevas. From Bama.
We went from Falele to Cuevas.
Don't compare those two.
I'm just saying that the name goes off the tongue, bro.
But
Falele to Cuevas.
Okay, I would give Josh Cuevas I'd probably give him I think I gave Hibner like a 6 or 7. Don't make that joke.
You did it to yourself. I won't, but the viewers will.
Because Ravens have a history of when they draft 2 tight ends, the second one ends up being the better one. I don't know if that's going to be the case for this one, but
Cuevas.
That's a possibility.
Hey, the name has a great ring to it. He could be a stud.
I do like his name, but
who knows?
He was a solid tight end at Bama. He's another receiving tight end more than like a blocking tight end. He has the capability of being a good blocking tight end, but he's definitely more of the receiving type. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with the tight end room and where that falls when it comes to roles. 5 or pick 174 was Adam Randall, running back from Clemson. I think this dude is going to be the kick returner, especially because they lost Keaton Mitchell and he did a lot of the kickoffs. I think Wester will be the punt returner, but I guess we'll see. He'll be at least the kick returner. So I'll say it like a 9 because I think he's going to be the starting kick returner.
Okay.
And he used to be a wide receiver, converted to running back. So and him learning under Derrick Henry, it's gonna be good for him. And then great receiving back too. With pick 211, they picked a punter, Ryan Eckley from Michigan State. I kind of like this. He kind of reminds me of Pat McAfee if you watch some of his highlights.
Not Pat
It's
McAfee.
pretty funny.
The
He
GOAT.
literally did the Conor McGregor celebration and the golf chip celebration. The dude's won the award for the best punter in the Big Ten, punter of the year in the Big Ten. Dude has a big leg. He has the control to pin it inside the 20. He does need to improve on hang time. I heard from some people, but because he tends to outkick the coverage sometimes, but that could be something he can fix with the coaching. But love that pick because we needed a punter. And then Rashawn Benny from Michigan, defensive tackle. I was surprised that he fell to this point. I think this is going to be a steal. I think he was like mocked to be like a 4th or 5th round pick. So the fact that we got him at 253 is crazy. I think they needed some depth at the defensive tackle spot.
Mhm.
And this dude has the capability of being he's physical, he's big, he's quick for a defensive tackle. He can play multiple positions on the defensive line, like 3 tech, 5 tech. And then I think there was another one, but I forget what was the other one that he played at Michigan. But and then the last pick was guard Evan Burtston.
I'd say that's right.
However you say that. I think this is more of like a developmental. I mean, he's not developmental. He's like 26 years old, but just another offensive.
God,
Yeah, he was
26.
in college for 7 years.
Lord, did he get his degree at least?
I don't know. You better have like a PhD.
I'm saying.
But
Anyway, go ahead.
I think this is just another offensive line depth piece. At least for camp, and he might be on the practice squad. But you can never have too many offensive linemen. So he's a
Also
big
true.
physical guard, a mean guard when it comes to football, which is what you want from an offensive lineman. So yeah, I love the draft overall. I think they killed it.
How
But
do you feel about Diego Papa being your free agent or undrafted rookie that you picked
well,
up?
they signed him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think at best he's the practice squad third string emergency quarterback because you're probably you need guys at camp to throw the ball.
He could be Tyler Huntley.
Huh?
He could be Tyler Huntley. Isn't Tyler Huntley your backup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying he could be Tyler Huntley.
I mean, he could. I
Pro
mean,
bowler. Pro bowler Tyler Huntley. I'm not
yes,
disrespecting Tyler Huntley. He's a pro bowler. I'm not disrespecting.
yes, he is.
Yes. But he could be
I
Tyler Huntley
mean,
for the
so
second.
is Daniel Falele.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Tomato, tomato. But he
I don't
could beat
know.
him for the second spot of QB. If
Mm,
you don't think so,
no.
I'm not saying now. Future, he could.
I mean, maybe like
Yeah.
I don't know. If he's even English is hard. I think I just had a stroke.
Yeah, you did.
Um,
He did it.
but I think maybe like in like a
Say
year or
it.
two, he could be the backup if they want to move on from Huntley. But I think at best practice squad, and they need guys to throw at mini camp and through all these camps that they're gonna have. So
Yeah.
he might not
I
even
think
make the team. Like
yeah, he might not make the
this
team.
is
Who knows at
still
this point?
technically like a
That's true.
tryout for him.
That is true. He might not make the team. But I think it's just funny seeing we're not gonna like Diego, what is it, Pavia? For
Yeah,
what he
Pavia.
did at Vanderbilt was pretty insane for a
He was a good
quarterback.
quarterback at
He was a
Vandy.
very good
I liked
quarterback.
him at Vandy.
So it's not that we the men of the Fourth Quarter Faith podcast are saying he's bad. It's just that
He's small and unproven.
yeah, when you're a 5'9" quarterback, you can only go so far. You can only go so far. And yes, we've seen. I mean, we're seeing Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray has something that he doesn't have, which is just insane speed, like speed we've never seen from a QB,
Like yeah,
other than Lamar Jackson. Other than Lamar Jackson, that's his respect.
Pavia's athletic,
Um,
but Kyler's like free, like he's like
yeah, he's a freak
almost
of
at
he's
the
freaking
level
nature.
of like freakishly athletic.
Yeah, so there's differences. There's differences to it, but hopefully he gets a spot. I mean, I want to see him. I want to see him have a role with the Ravens, but he got to
Listen,
go
I would
prove it.
love him as the third string practice squad guy. I would love it
Yeah,
for
he's
his
got to go prove
sake.
it.
But the one thing I didn't like, he had like this college quarterback like Heisman bracket, and then he ended up saying that he was a better college quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
He's just feeling himself. Don't.
I know.
He's just feeling himself.
I saw someone retweet that and was
You're
like, "What?"
arguing apples and oranges. Like it does. It's to me. It's
No,
whatever.
I saw someone like retweet that, and then they said resend the deal.
Send it back. Send it back.
Take it back. He doesn't.
Before
He
Lamar
shouldn't get
sees
it.
it, send it back.
Get him out of here.
Oh
But
my goodness.
all right, let's get into let's give our get into our favorite pick. We're gonna give you our favorite pick from the draft from each of our teams.
From our teams. Okay, gotcha.
So, or
Cool.
we could do in general if you want.
We
Mine's
could go
gonna be
general.
from my team.
No doy. Let me think. My
Okay, how
favorite
about this? We can do one from our team and one from in general. And then
Okay,
we'll go
all
to
right,
our
yeah, both.
and then we'll go to our Bible verse.
Okay, fire. We can do that.
All right. Now we're gonna get into our favorite pick for our team and then our favorite pick for the draft in general. So we'll start with our team since
Yeah.
we know that the best.
Go ahead, you go first then.
All right. My pick is going to be Jacoby Lane.
I really thought you were gonna say Zion Young, but okay.
I think because I just think we've never had in the Lamar Jackson era a guy like him, and I think
A guy taller than 6 foot. Yeah, I know.
6'2",
It's strange, brother.
but and like just the circus catches, the catch radius, the ability to draw defensive penalties at the rate that he did in college, his hands, like just like his like I think he's a good route runner. I'm not he I just think he can be a little better, but that's just going to come with
Time.
development and getting in with NFL coaches and being in an NFL system and actually playing NFL football. But I just think this is a guy that's very I think underrated in the Ravens fans, like in the community of Ravens fans, just because a lot of people didn't think or didn't have him this high or highly rated
Mhm,
when it comes to the draft prospects.
mhm.
But we at the same time we got to understand as fans the specific teams don't go off of the PFF draft board. Like they make a draft board, they have the guys that they love that they're going to go after, and it's probably some guys are probably going to be rated higher than they are on PFF or ESPN. So, but I think this dude's going to be I think he's going to be a baller.
Um, for me, I'm between two guys right now, but I'm probably gonna go with the one that I was like begging since the offseason began, and that was Bernard from Alabama. I really think that adding him to our wide receiver room, like a lot of people will say this is like very minuscule, but like to me, like knowing that um not only like I think from the Steelers have always tried. I think ever since the AB era was over, we were always looking for that guy that to be the next like number one for us. And I'm not saying that Bernard's going to be that. I'm not going to put that much pressure on him as a rookie. But at the same time, I think it this just seems like adding him as a three really makes our offense more potent because now it's like him, Pittman, Metcalf. You got Dowdle and Warren coming out the backfield, and you got Pat Fryermuth at tight end with oh gosh, I'm gonna forget his name, Washington, um, and Allard slash Howard slash Rodgers, whoever the heck the quarterback is. Um, I feel like this offense can definitely make moves. I'm not gonna sit here and say this is a playoff caliber offense. I think it's a lot better of an offense. Like if we had this offense going into the playoffs last year, I feel like we definitely would have done better. But at the same time, I think there's um, I don't know. I'm just excited to see us go for a receiver that early and like get value from that. So hopefully Bernard does really well. But like I said, I don't want to put pressure on him like that because he's a rookie. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna falter and stuff like that. And so I want him to um, learn, but also be a good developmental piece going into the future for the
Mhm.
team. So
All right, now let's get into our favorite pick for the draft in general. And mine's going to be Reuben Bain to the Bucks. I just think this is a perfect fit for the Bucks. They haven't had a legit pass rusher in a while that I can remember. Unless can you remember? Like they tried to get Hassan Reddick, but he was not the Eagles' Hassan Reddick.
yeah,
They had who else did they have? Not
at
like
edge rusher,
not like any. I don't think it was like they didn't have any big names or anything.
I'm trying to think from the Tom Brady team that went to the Super Bowl, but I
Well,
can't
they
think
had
of
like
anybody off the top of my
Jason
head.
Pierre-Paul.
That was like
Uh,
way past his prime,
they
way
had
past his prime.
Sue, but he's not
Also,
an
way
edge
past his prime.
rusher. Um,
Maybe Vita Vea. I would say Vita Vea.
I don't know. I just think that this is something that they needed desperately because they needed pass rushing. And this dude, in my opinion, was the best pass rusher in this draft.
Mm.
So I think it's a perfect fit for them. So
No, I agree. I think this is perfect for the Bucks. I'm gonna go with Mansour Delane from LSU to the Chiefs. I think
I did
seeing
like
the
that.
Chiefs trading with the Browns at that point, we didn't know where they were gonna go. I really like my heart was like if they go and get a wide receiver at the 6, I would be like, oh no, we're cooked. Or they went and got like Kenyon Sadiq, got their Travis Kelsey replacement, be like, oh, we're cooked. But I think Delane
Bane.
was the right choice. God, please no. I think Delane was the right choice. Knowing that they just lost McDuffie to the Rams,
And
they were
Watson to the
and
Rams.
Watson to the Rams as well. They really didn't have a great corner room, so like I feel like this is a good stepping stone for their future as a defense, especially in the secondary. I think this was a pick that was needed. I don't think they really needed to go for like an offensive weapon because you got Kenyon Walker and Kenneth Walker in off season. You still have
You got Rice, you
Xavier
got
Worthy, you still
Worthy.
have Rice, you still have Kelsey. So you still have really good pieces surrounding that offense. And the O line's not diminishing anytime soon. It's really just that Mahomes is just injured, and hopefully he'll be back
Yeah.
for the season. So really, they were like, let's focus on defense. Let's try and get a defense that will be good enough that while Mahomes is gone or whoever's going to be at this quarterback position, our defense can hold their own. I think adding Delane at great a corner as he was in the at LSU, I think this made a lot of sense. And it really showed that the Chiefs were willing to move up to get him because they wanted to get their corner for the future and they didn't want him to go to somebody else. So
Yeah, or I would say at least bring it back to like the defenses that they had like recently, like when they
yeah,
went to
yeah,
the Super Bowls, when they were going to
yeah.
like 6 straight Super Bowls. Like their defenses were always like I'd say the top like 15 at minimum, usually top 10 defenses. So at least to get back to that point, just you got to add pieces to that, especially when you lost your two starting cornerbacks.
Not only two starters, one of them was an All-Pro in Trent McDuffie.
Yes.
So it's like
One of the best
you,
corners in the
one of
league.
the best corners in the game. So losing him to the Rams, but I mean the Rams also fumbled themselves in the draft. So really, the Chiefs might have won that trade, depending on how the delaying stuff goes down. It could have won that trade. But
We'll see.
look, we'll see.
That
I
was
just got one
technically
more.
their first round pick was McDuffie.
It was the first,
So
yeah, that was the
I'd say
first
that's
round
a
pick.
pretty good
Value.
trade value.
Yeah, I agree. But can we talk about the Browns really quick? Because I think the Browns
Cooked.
might have cooked.
They
And the
did.
thing is
They
that
had a great draft.
last year they had a really great draft because Carson Schweiger was really good, Judkins was really good, Harold Fanning was really good,
Mason Graham's going to be pretty good. He was
Mason
pretty
Graham's
good
gonna be
last
good.
year.
Yeah, Mason Graham was pretty good this year. He's gonna be better this year. But like knowing that they got Spencer Fano as their tackle in the first, and then they went and got Conception, and then they went and got Denzel Boston, and then they got McNeil Warren from. They just hits
Their
on hits on
first
hits
their
on hits
first
on hits.
four picks are pretty good. Like
Great.
pretty great actually.
So the thing is that once the QB situation is in order, is it crazy to say the Browns might be a nasty team? Is that crazy at this point in time? On paper.
Yeah, I would have to see, like, obviously we have to see if Shador can
I agree.
develop
Absolutely.
and take
Absolutely
a
agree.
next step in year 2. But I mean, I don't know if they could have done much better. Like I think them and the Jets had the best first round I've seen in forever.
That
They
is
had
true.
3
That is
first
very
round
true.
picks, but like they
They
nailed
took
every
Omar
single
Cooper
one.
Jr. Gosh dang,
They
they took
had
Omar
they
Cooper
got
Jr.
David Bailey, Sadiq, and Cooper Jr. in the first round.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad about the Cooper Jr. I thought he was gonna slide. I really thought he was gonna slide to the second. I was like,
But
please. But anyway,
I do agree the Browns
they
had a
even got
great
Justin
draft.
Jefferson.
The linebacker, not the receiver. Don't worry.
Imagine though. No, I'm kidding.
He's still in Minnesota, everybody.
Yeah, he's still in
It's
Minnesota, guys. We're talking about the
linebacker
linebacker. We're talking
from
about the
Bama.
linebacker from Bama, which is a crazy name. Crazy name.
He's a
And
Sammy bag
they even
name.
got a QB in the sixth, Taylor Green from Arkansas. So like now their quarterback room is
Athletic
even
freak.
bigger. So, but no, I think
More
the
of
Browns.
a project, but
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I think the Browns and the Jets definitely won this draft. I think they made really good picks for their future. Now, again, it's the Jets and the Browns. We have to see it on paper before anything can be solidified that they're going to be good. But
on the field, you mean?
on the field. But for what we're seeing on paper, the teams that they have assimilated, I think more the Browns because I think the Browns have better QB prospects than the Jets. Yes, they got Cade Klubnik. The Jets got him in the I want to say the third,
I think it
but I
was later.
might be wrong about that. I want
It
to
was
say it was
fourth.
third, fourth. Okay, tomato. But yeah,
Close
they
enough.
got him. So it's a future. It's a future development. Maybe he could be the next guy starting for them. But I think you would trust Shador and God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Shador and
Gabriel.
Deshaun Watson over Geno Smith and Cade Klubnik. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But all things considered, both those teams
Outside of
cooked.
quarterback play, they're building, like, their team is getting better. The quarterback situation for both of those teams is an on the field issue and a practice development issue.
I agree.
Like they have to go out there, like Gino, like not as much the development type, but just the go on the field and prove that your quarterback play is not absolute garbage like it has been for who knows how long now. So
Yeah.
that's the determining factor for both of these teams. But outside of that, the rest of their positions on their team definitely got better in this draft.
I
So,
absolutely agree.
all right, let's get into Bible verse of the episode. Today's is
Bible.
Matthew 16:24. You reading it or am I
I am
reading it?
pulling. Please stop talking. Just stop talking.
Yes, sir.
I got you. All right. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." Should I read it again, or did you get it?
No, I got it. I got it up.
Okay.
So,
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, Jake. Your thoughts about this verse?
I would, yeah, I would say it's like, hold on, you gotta go. You gotta give me a second to get my thoughts together.
Oh no, I thought you were ready. No, I'm kidding.
No, I wasn't. I was trying
I
to come up with something quick, but
no, you're good. This verse to me is talking about denying yourself. Now, we all have aspirations and dreams and things that we want to do for the future and things that we would like to see in our lives happen. But at the end of the day, there God has ultimately a plan for our lives, and He will orchestrate that plan to how He wants to for the kingdom. Now, this I think God will use our dreams and our skills and all of our gifts that He's given us for that point. But we can't just go off the rails and do whatever the heck that we want to do.
mhm.
Is what I mean by that. But also, I think the part where Jesus said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple," and I think that's the point that I want to hone in on, and that's the point that I want non Christians to listen to. At the end of the day, it's a choice. It's not we're forcing like I hate when people say with Christians we're forcing our religion upon you because it's never been any of our reasoning. We're not forcing our religion on you. We're not forcing our beliefs on you. We're telling you what we believe based off what the Bible says and based off of what God is telling us as Christians.
We also can't make anyone follow Jesus. Like, if you're gonna
No.
follow
No.
Jesus, you gotta like you said, you gotta deny yourself and give your complete self over to Him and
Mhm.
truly follow Him. Like, we as felt like other fellow Christians cannot make you do that.
Yeah.
We literally can't. So,
It's just crazy like hearing people say like Christians need to stop forcing their religion upon. We're not forcing anything on you. We're just telling you what we believe, but at the end of the day it's a choice if you want to believe it. That's what it is. So I really love the fact that like Jesus even said it to his disciples like whoever wants to. Like he's not forcing this upon you. If you don't want to do it, he's not going to make you do it. But he's saying whoever wants to be my disciple. And then after that point, you have to deny yourself and follow. So you have to not give in to your selfish desires, not want to think about yourself. You have to think about the kingdom. That's the point of the entire thing. And so it's like you have to deny yourself and then surrender to me every single day. We literally have to every single day. That's the cost of being a Christian is that we sacrifice our desires and all the things that we want to do for what makes sense for the kingdom. So there's you have to do that in order if you want to see the kingdom of God flourish. You have to deny yourself and you have to take the cross. I remember I saw this video going back to the athletic aspect. This college, this I forget what college it was, and I think you saw this video. They were doing like this mock um like I don't know if you ever heard how heavy the cross Jesus was carrying up to the mountain where he got crucified. Do you ever know how much that was? Let me
Not
flip it up onto two.
exactly.
Let me see.
I
Quickly.
think I've heard it before, but I don't remember what it is. I know it's insane.
So estimated that the crossbeam that he carried was around 75 to 125 pounds. And the complete cross was over 300. So this this college team, I believe it was a Christian college, they all put like I think it was like about 100 to 115 on their back, and they like played music in the background. It's like this is the way Jesus was carrying all his weight of the cross.
While he
So like
was
this team,
bleeding and
while he was bleeding and
beaten and
everything that was going on. So like they're
could
feeling like
barely walk.
not even like a third, like maybe a fifth of what Jesus was going through. But they had that weight on their backs. So
Yeah.
like they felt that weight, and they had to hold that for I think like maybe like 5 minutes, give or take. So it was like they got to experience like I said, not all of it, but like experience like a quarter of what Jesus was going through when he was about to be nailed to a cross. And like that's what like and I'm not saying that we are like literally taking up a cross like that, but like that's what it's gonna feel like to a certain extent. Like being a Christian is like there are days where you want to do the thing that you know you shouldn't do. There are days, so many days I've had where I'm like, I could go out, I could go out and go smoke weed right now. I could. Like I have the free will to go out, find somebody that's got weed, go buy it from them, and go smoke a pot tonight. But I
Mhm.
choose not to because that's my conviction and my belief as a follower. I'm not saying all Christians do that, but that's a whole nother conversation. But for me, that's just where my line is, and so that's like me taking up my cross. That's me like
Yeah.
sacrificing like the selfish desire of doing that because I know it will not be good for me in the future. So like this verse, as heavy as it is, and as and I said that athletic part because I wanted people to understand there's like weight to what Jesus did when he died on the cross and taking up that cross, what that means. And so, yeah, no, I love this verse. It's the specific part that I want people to like hold on to is the whoever wants to. I think
Yeah.
that part, that's the most important part is that at the end of the day, it is a choice that Jesus gave us. So
Yeah. To end it,
that's my 2 cents.
I would just say that it it's not about us or you or me, like making it about you basically. It's about giving that up and truly following Jesus. And because when you're truly following something or someone, you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about like what following, like let's say it was like like directions on
Hmm.
like Waze or Google Map or something, because you're going to somewhere that you don't know how to get there,
Yes.
and you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go off on my own here and I'm going to get there, because you don't know how to do that. So you're not thinking about selfishly, like, I'm not listening to this thing and I'm going to go find my way there on my own. You're going to watch those directions and you're going to follow exactly what it's saying. And I think that's kind of what, like, similar to what this is saying, is we need to give up ourselves and our desires and our what we selfishly want if we want to truly follow Jesus. And that's, like you said,
Hmm.
he's giving us that choice. So if you want to follow Jesus and be a follower of Jesus, those are the type of things you're going to have to do. And it's not going to be easy. Like you said, there's days you're going to want to do the opposite. A lot of days you're going to want to do the opposite. But if you want to truly follow him, you're going to have to
And can we like just
get the
praise the
discipline to
Lord?
not do it.
Can we like talk about how like that the Lord gave us that free will to be able to do that?
Yeah, he could have just been like,
Because he
nah,
could have just been a dictator and be like, nope, do what I say.
nah,
But
we're
he's
gonna
just
do it
like,
my way or the highway,
you.
buddy.
And that's what these people, these non-believers don't understand, bro. It's that
He could have ended
God gave you the
everything.
opportunity to do whatever the heck you wanted.
Yeah, he
Like
could
we have the opportunity to do whatever we want, but we chose to follow Christ. That's the part they're not getting.
Yeah, it's a choice.
So
It's 100% a
it's
choice.
it's 100% a choice. I
No
do
one
have one more
forced
thing.
me to be like my parents didn't force me to be a Christian. I
No,
grew up
no.
that way. I grew up in
We went to
at a
church every
church,
Sunday.
but I didn't like once I got the ability to make a decision like that, they didn't make me do it. I just wanted to do it because one, that's how I grew up, and two, that's what I felt like I wanted to do.
Now I know that people aren't like have didn't grow up going to church every Sunday. And so like
Yeah,
there's that perspective of it.
that's gonna be
And then
harder
there's
for
also
them.
exactly. And then there's also a perspective of like the Lord's just gonna find you in that space where you're like
Mm,
at the lowest of your low and you have nowhere else to go, and he'll just be there to be like pick you up. So
mm,
like there's that perspective, and then there's our perspective, which we
yeah,
are PK. You went to church every Sunday, so like we have been in the church, and then there are people who met Jesus where they're at, and then became Christians from that point. And like, let me say, I'm not gonna say anything against the people who were going to church all their lives, but like, there's something about those people who found Jesus as an adult that like it hits more for them.
yeah.
Not saying that it doesn't hit for us now because we had to discover Jesus on our own as our own
I think
selves.
I just think
But
their
like
stories
those
are more
people were like,
profound, and their experiences are more, like, profound and more, like,
because
in
it's
your
like when
face.
you hit a low, like when you hit rock meets bottom type low, and it's
Meets bottom.
like you have nowhere else to go and then Jesus finds you, like that's that we I crave for stories like that because it's like amen, like you found God at the lowest of your low and he took you to a better place. Like that's great. I have one more thing and I just saw it on a Reddit page, which is actually hilarious that I saw it on a Reddit page, but this guy said biblical Christianity is a dying to self and living to Christ instead. As Paul said, I have now died, and it is Christ who lives in me.
Yeah, your selfish ways die.
hmm That perspective of like
Yeah, the perspective
you
of that
had to let the old you
mentality.
die, and now Christ lives in you, and now you live for Christ. It's a crazy double
Bars.
thing. So man doesn't have a name on it, but it was on Reddit, and I was like, you killed it. Like that was
Reddit man,
I
way to go. Way to go,
yeah, well,
Reddit man.
his name is it literally his name says deleted, so like there's nothing there. I can't like shout him
I've
out.
deleted.
But
Shout out deleted.
shout out to Lisa, I guess.
All
Anything
we
else
got,
before we
so
literally anything else before we call it a night?
no.
No.
Nope.
Um,
Happy about the
only thing
draft.
draft is over. Now it's training camp.
Now it's
And
mini
a
camp, OTAs,
long
training
and
camp,
a long summer of waiting for football.
second wave of free agency. So
That too.
veterans,
I was gonna say two things I have, and then we'll call it a night.
two more.
Yeah, it's not it's like short little quick things. They ain't gonna take us more than 5 minutes.
It's a
Um,
bottomless list now.
it's a button. I guess. Um, James Cook is graduating from Georgia with a degree. Shout out to him. Shout out.
Good job.
Go get your degree, twin. Um, excited to see what he's gonna do with that, and then also this Mike Vrabel stuff is gonna get crazier before it ends, bro. I swear, man's is cooked. Man's is
What
cooked
happened now?
because there were just more pictures. There's more pictures of them meeting up before the pictures that I showed you, like in a bar in New York or something. So it's and I'm gonna add a Christian perspective on this because we didn't talk about it when we initially had that conversation, and I want to set the record straight about that. We I, as a believer, will never condone cheating if cheating actually happened. never will condone it. If Vrabel actually did that, that's horrible. You got to get right with your family and God and whoever. Same with Diana Rossini and her family. Um, Now, I know the Bible says a lot about gossiping. Now, mind you, we are a sports podcast where most of our stuff is mostly rumors and gossip. So we kind of just go with whatever the news media gives us. So at the end of the day, like if that's the information that we have, that's the information we're going to go with. But also to say we're not here to not like slander both of the names of Rossini and Variable. We just want to point out that a wrong happened and that hopefully that they can get that situation um, to its end, and so we can move on from the chapter. I think Rossini resigning from the Athletic, I think that's a whole nother conversation in of itself. And yeah, I just wanted to bring a biblical perspective on it because um, there's a lot of people talking about how like God is the one that judges, not us. So I don't want us to come out here and say we're judging Vrabel or Rossini for what's going on. We just want to say there was a wrong that happened, and hopefully that wrong was corrected. But we're not judging them and saying they should be fired or quitted or whatever the case may be, because that's not what we
No,
are here for.
I just think it was like it's such a weird like story that I thought it was kind of funny because I'm like I don't know. That's just my initial reaction was like,
Yeah, no, I
really?
agree. Yeah. And in the long line of
I'm
Patriots
not judging
scandals,
anybody, but
like as many Patriots scandals that we have seen in our
there's
lives
another
of
one.
football, like it's just another one to add to the docket of crazier ones. So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
just wanted
Of course
to
it's the
set
Patriots,
the,
so
of course, it's the Patriots. I just wanted to set the record straight on that and let people know, like, we're not judging Vrabel or Rossini's decisions because God is the one that judges at the end of the day. We just hope that this wrong was corrected and that we can move forward from this. Hopefully, they can move forward as better people and their families can move forward as a stronger family from that point. Um, so, yeah, Jake, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to hit us with that outro, brother.
hit it.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Fourth Quarter Faith podcast. As Jake said at the beginning of the video, hit that like, hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you guys know when we drop videos. We are now audio is now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you have Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you can now listen to us wherever you go driving in your car. We're excited to get some more content out for you guys in the near future, especially with the season now going to be rolling in. We're probably going to be doing a couple more game like bracket stuff, which we love those type of episodes because we just get to banter and yell at each other for a whole hour, which will be fun. But I
Schedule
don't know if Jake
releases in a couple weeks.
schedule releases it a
Few
couple.
weeks.
Now that's a great time for us. But
Fun time.
yeah.
Record
Anyway, like I
prediction.
said, like, comment, subscribe. We love and appreciate every single one of you guys. And until next time, that's Jake Alagna. I'm Jesse Shalalo. Have a good night.